What's up, fam? My name's Marissa and I help busy families unclutter their time, space, and sanity with practical minimalism. If you're new here, we're a frugal family of 4 who decluttered our entire lives down to 8 suitcases so that we could move overseas. If having less stuff, more money, and being a lot happier sounds good to you, what I want you to do right now is go down and hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to ring the bell so that you will get notifications if I share new content or go live.
Today I want to share an emotional minimalist family closet clean out as well as 5 tips that will help you decluttering your clothing.
I thought you might like to go into my closet with me quickly so I can show you what the current situation is. So let's go into my closet, shall we? As you can see, we have a big walk-in closet, and I mentioned that we moved, right? So our luggages are all up there because we are still looking for our house. This is a furnished rental, so that's where we are right now. But obviously this is a big, beautiful walk-in closet. And you want to know the coolest part of this closet? I think the coolest part of this closet has to be that there's a refrigerator in it, because our refrigerator is actually too small. So the refrigerator in the kitchen is too small, and they put an extra refrigerator and freezer in this closet. So, I mean, you could pretty much live in this closet, I guess. It has food, clothes, shelter. What more can you want? So these are my husband's clothes, and he asked to be excluded from this decluttering narrative, but this gives you a little bit of a taste of what's to come. I went through his stuff yesterday, actually, so you see I have them arranged from light to dark, and there's a little bit of stuff over there. The robes do not belong to us, they belong to our landlords, and so do a lot of the things up here. So I won't be touching that. I won't be touching this. I'll be touching that. I'll be touching that, and then also in the drawers. So my clothing items are pretty much right there on the hanger. That is the clothes that I wear on a daily basis, and then in these drawers are a lot of our t-shirts and kids' clothes and other things. I'll show you my husband's drawer so you can see how I arranged his stuff yesterday. So as you can see, his t-shirts are folded vertically and arranged dark to light. Whites are here. Notice the shoe box that helps keep things arranged. His shorts are here, folded nicely. So that's a little taste of what's to come. There are some other things that we store up here because we don't have any dressers or other space. Like I said, this is a furnished rental and we're looking for our own place. So you can see, it's a little bit dark, hang on. So you can see I've got belts in here, and I'll show you those more in a minute, and some of my jewelry and other things, just because we don't have dressers or other storage space and we're not going to get them. I feel like I do see so many other minimalists that share their closets and it's all like black and white or neutrals, and that's just not how our family is. I like, obviously, color, I like patterns, I'm kind of eclectic. I'm also, like I said, okay with things not being in their proper place because that's just the stage of life we're in right now. We're looking for a house, which, by the way, if you want to figure out what house we get, definitely subscribe to my channel and I will be sharing all the updates.
First, prepare yourself and your space for decluttering. Play some music, grab a cup of tea or coffee. I like to listen to meditation music when I declutter, but you can also listen to music that gets you pumped. Whatever is your jam. I use Spotify or YouTube playlists typically. Wear comfortable clothes that you can move about in freely and easily and that make you feel good. Grab boxes or plastic bags so that you can separate items to be donated or recycled. No trashing allowed. The second step is to take everything out and pile it up. Depending on how much clothing you have, this step may take a while. Take all of your clothing out and place it somewhere large and flat for sorting. A bed works well for this. If your floor is clean, you can also use that. You don't have to do dirty laundry, but you can include laundry that is clean.
I realized that I should have taken a video of all of the stuff that I have, so actually I already sorted through this. That's what I'm getting rid of for the boys and a couple of my husband's things. This is the pile of their keep that I am going to have to fold. And then here are all the shoes. As you can see, we really don't have that many shoes. I have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs. I have to get rid of this pair because, oh my goodness, they're falling apart, but I love these shoes so much. Does anyone have any ideas for how I could repair these shoes? If you do, drop me a comment in the comment section below, because I love these shoes. And I think that the small snowshoes are going to go because we didn't even have snow here this year. Crazy. And here's more of, this is mostly my stuff and some of their stuff on the bed.
In step number 3, you are going to begin sorting. Hold each item in your hand and ask yourself questions like, do I love this item? Do I wear this item? Would I buy this item again if I had the choice? Do I feel comfortable and confident when I'm wearing this? Does this fit my current style? Can I wear this 2 or 3 different ways? While some people may poke fun at saying goodbye and thank you to items that you're discarding, I, as a mother, personally find it very helpful. It represents a period of time that I'm never going to get back and I will never see again. So I actually really love saying thank you and goodbye to clothes before I get rid of them.
I just wanted to take a second to talk about what to do with sentimental clutter. Say clutter you have from loved ones or old boyfriends or trips or vacations that you've gone on. I would never want you to get rid of something that you loved and you would regret getting rid of. I believe that sentimental stuff does have value if it makes you happy and if you have a place for it and a reason for having it there. So I'm going to share 2 of my special sentimental items. My mother died when I was 9 years old from cancer. For a long time, I carried around many of her things or things that reminded me of her because I felt like I just couldn't get rid of them. It made me feel so guilty to think about getting rid of these things. But after I decluttered, I felt so much better because it was like finally, great point for the sirens to come in. Sirens. So for a long time I carried a lot of her and my father's things around with me because I felt like I couldn't get rid of them. I felt so guilty thinking about getting rid of them. And what I came to realize is I don't need all of the things to remind me of her, only the most special things. So one of the things that I have, well, first of all, her wedding ring is one of them. Can you see? I have my engagement ring, and then this is my mom's wedding ring. And then something else that I have of hers that's a clothing item is her old bathing suit. I say old. Her bathing suit. I mean, I think this is still kind of a pretty cute bathing suit. I think this style might actually be coming back in style. I like to keep this bathing suit and I like to just have it because it reminds me she lived, she breathed, she was hot. My mom was a smoke show. And then another sentimental clothing item I also have is from my father. My father died when I was 22 and I have his, I still have his work shirt from his landscaping business. And this is doubly special to me because this was his work shirt, and then also my mom hand drew the logo for his shirt. So it's like a memory of both of my parents all at once. This shirt reminds me of his landscaping business and how he worked so hard every single day. It was very important to him that my sister and I didn't have to work with our hands. This shirt encompasses so many feelings for me. That's why I would never get rid of it. When we first moved to Germany, our luggage actually got lost for 2.5 days. We didn't know if we were gonna ever see our stuff again. Imagine decluttering everything you own down to 8 suitcases and then it's gone. Like, you don't know if you're gonna get it back. I mean, there was so much precious stuff in there. Honestly, I was panicking.
Don't be afraid to try on items to see if they still fit. I tried on a couple pairs of shorts and found out that they were a little bit too big to wear without my pants falling off, so I am getting rid of those.
Unfortunately, can you see that? It has a hole in it. You know what? I'm just gonna get rid of the one with the hole and keep the good one.
In step 4, after you've gone through everything, it's time to put the keepers back in their places. Hang the items back up. I like to go from light to dark and lighter fabric to heavier fabric. When we first moved, we got some cheap wood IKEA hangers and they felt so rough. I was so afraid they were going to rip my clothes, and I don't have enough clothes to stand being ripped, so I bought some gorgeous velvet hangers which keep my clothes from slipping off the hanger and don't chafe or rip the precious few clothes that I have. When putting items away in dressers, folding vertically is the best way to fold. That way you can see everything at a glance and it doesn't take up as much space. In fact, you might find that you have too much space. In that case, I like to use shoeboxes or things like bamboo dividers to help keep all of the shirts and clothing items folded nicely in place. If you're interested in seeing the velvet hangers and the bamboo dividers that I use, I will link those down in the description below. I do have a post on the KonMari folding method, although I do a slightly modified version that is faster than the KonMari folding, and I will do a video for that in the future. See how everything fits so nicely?
Let's take a look. Whoa, look at that. So organized, and you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of pants, a whole crap load of shirts, and what I have hanging here. My #1 favorite way to get rid of things is to sell them if possible, because unfortunately when you donate, sometimes things do end up in landfills. So when you sell items, you, #1, ensure that they don't end up in a landfill, and #2, you can recoup some of the money that you spent if you're somebody who feels very guilty about wasting money, especially if you have more expensive name brand items. I have a great post on that, and I'll link it down in the description below. If you feel that the items that you have aren't really worth your time to sell, you have 2 options. You can either donate if it's in good enough condition, like Goodwill and the Salvation Army. If it's got holes in it or stains and it's not really in usable condition, you can still do something that's called textile recycling. So the best place that I found for this is H&M. Take your bags of items that you don't want anymore, and every bag that you bring in, they're gonna give you a 15% off coupon, and they're gonna send those items off for textile recycling. Don't go crazy buying new items because you just spent all that time decluttering. And H&M will accept clothes, they even accept blankets, quilts, and other things, but they do not take underwear, undergarments, or shoes. I'm honestly exhausted and I'm resting my back for a few minutes in a pile of clothing before I go to get my kids. The rest of these clothes will be put away later. If you're ready to get started decluttering but you have no idea where to begin, I've got a 5-page decluttering checklist, and I'm gonna leave the link for that down in the description. It's totally free, and that's gonna help you get started on your own decluttering journey and maybe see if you're interested in learning a little bit more about minimalism. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy decluttering!